This is a rebel that surrendered to us. Although he denies it, I believe there may be more of them, and I request permission to conduct a further search of the area. He was armed only with this. Good work, Commander. Leave us. Conduct your search and bring his companions to me. Yes, my lord. The Emperor has been expecting you. I know, Father. So, you have accepted the truth. I've accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father. That name no longer has any meaning for me. It is the name of your true self. You've only forgotten. I know there's good in you. The Emperor hasn't driven it from you fully. That is why you couldn't destroy me. That's why you won't bring me to your Emperor now. I see you have constructed a new lightsaber. Your skills are complete. Indeed, you are powerful, as the Emperor has foreseen. Come with me. Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master. I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me, if that is your destiny. Search your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate. It is too late for me, son. The Emperor will show you the true nature of the Force. He is your master now. Then my father is truly dead. He's so sad. It's the first time that you ever feel sorry for Vader, really. Don't you think? Because in Star Wars, and he's just the big bad villain, and then in Empire Strikes Back, you see him with his helmet off, but he's very aggressive. He's much more evil. He just kills people if they piss him off, and he just like he'll choke somebody just because he wants to. And then he cuts Luke's hand off and all that business, and it's pretty bad. But then this is the first time in this conversation that you feel that he is going through some sort of inner conflict. You know, you don't realize it until the end of the film, but Luke is right. There is still good in him, and he feels it in that moment when he's standing there on the platform and talking to Luke. And even though he's got this mask on, every time I watch that scene, when the stormtroopers take Luke away, and he turns, and he's just standing there, and he's all imposing and breathing, but you just know he's thinking, man, what am I going to do? So, I'm sorry, it's messed up. Oh, hi! Welcome to Epic Toyetic. I'm just cussing up a storm over here and drinking an iced latte because it's summer. We're going to watch this video some other time, and it won't be summer, so I want to remember these lovely days. We're going to go out and float in the pool later. It's going to be fun, but for now, we're going to focus on Darth Vader. Darth Vader is an awesome action figure.
People love Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is like the evil bad guy. But I think Darth Vader is #1 evil bad guy in any movie. People love him, and especially I think the action figure is cool. And I'm sure little boys wanted Darth Vader.
Absolutely.
As soon as Darth Vader was available.
His sculpt it matches his iconic appearance in the film, but with those early 70s action figure details that we talk about, where he's really kind of skinny. You can look at the sculpt here. He has a really tight bodysuit, but he has this big, impressive, imposing black cape over it.
So it kind of covers it up. I think it's weird that he's got it's like stripy kind of. I think that's strange.
Well, it's that's accurate though.
Is it?
Yeah. In the movie, his bodysuit is made out of leather, and it's made out of these long leather strips that are stitched together.
See, I guess you just don't see it.
Yeah.
His big
You can totally see it if you look. It's just one of those things.
So now I'm gonna have to watch.
That's gonna. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch Star Wars again. It's one of those things that if you look, you can see in several scenes.
I guess it's hard to see because Dark Black doesn't show up and he's got his cape and you're looking at his big helmet.
Yeah.
One thing is, Darth Vader also has a butt. We talked about butts last time.
Here we go. Action figure butts. Let's see his butt.
Okay. Why do they all need skin tight pants? When we did our scene with Luke earlier, I noticed Luke has like a prominent butt too. So Chris just says.
So undignified.
Chris just said it's because it's the 70s and people wear tight
pants, right?
But
I've seen disco videos.
It's I don't get it. He's got a butt.
He should have a butt.
He's got a butt.
Obi-Wan didn't cut his butt off.
Okay.
Darth Vader can still poop.
Darth Vader has a butt. I know that and I admit that and I acknowledge that. But why do his pants need to be so tight you see his butt crack? Anyway.
He has a lightsaber just like Luke's and Obi-Wan's. The Luke Farm Boy action figure. It's got the little skinny tip, and you can, when you pull it back into his arm, a little tip sticks out. There was a Darth Vader double telescoping action figure.
Rare, I bet.
Very, very rare. Even way more rare than the Luke. The Luke is the most common one because he came in the early bird set. So many of those sets came out, but they even stopped it before they were finished with the early bird set. So you may have gotten an early bird set, and you can find it now that's got the normal lightsaber in it, but very few Obi-Wans and Darth Vader double telescoping on
I think it's funny that Darth Vader gets a red lightsaber because red equals evil. Darth Vader, this was the only figure, right?
That was the only Darth Vader, vintage figure. Of
just
course.
like
modern figures, there are hundreds of Darth Vaders.
But just like we talked about with Chewbacca only having one figure, it was the same for Darth Vader. So if you wanted Darth Vader, this was the one you got, and so he never got a cooler lightsaber. This was the only red lightsaber you ever got.
It's essentially the same figure. I mean, you could, whenever a different movie came out, you would just buy them on a different card. So it would say Empire or Jedi or Power Wars.
A different movie picture on it to show like.
I don't know with Vader. I think so actually.
Really?
But I'll have to look that up. But or look in the Kellerman book would show you. But sometimes they did change the photograph on the action figures, and then if you collect them mint on card, which I really don't, which is why I don't know right offhand. I'm not a big mint on card collector. I'm mostly a loose collector because we like to play with them. You know, it's still in the box,
still in the package.
Yeah, so or mock, if I dare say mock. But yes, what some collectors say. So, but they did. I mean, I know that like one example is the Farm Boy Luke. Late in the game, in Return of the Jedi, they changed his photograph. The original photograph of Luke is Luke that's sort of just like wistfully looking out into the distance with his macro binoculars on top of me.
Yeah.
And then they changed the photo to a more action-oriented photo of him from the first movie in the gun seat. So now, you know, in the Millennium Falcon, in the gun port, so they call that Gunner Luke. So Farm Boy Luke with a Gunner picture on the Return of the Jedi card, extremely rare. That's like one of the best.
Well,
but with Vader,
for this,
I don't know.
I was just saying, like, since his figure never changed, if it came out on like a Return of the Jedi card, did it have a picture of him from Return of the Jedi, or did it just have the one from the beginning and just the title, the name was different?
Yeah,
that's kind of what
I do think that it did. Did change.
That makes more sense.
On the video, I'll have researched that by that point, and I'll show you photos of the card backs, and we'll see. We'll all see it together.
He's so skinny.
Speaking of the lightsaber, though,
yes.
I think that since there wasn't another version of this figure, one of my ultimate fantasy vintage figures
to have it with
would be
cool lightsaber.
Darth Vader with the red lightsaber that you can take out of his hand, and with the removable helmet so that you can see underneath.
Darth Vader scares me. Not so much in the original trilogy, but whenever we saw Rogue One, and you've seen Rogue One, you know the scene I'm talking about where there's this just really tense moment where they're waiting for him and like the doors open and he just comes in and he just when like just
that's Darth Vader's big
it terrifies
badass moment on screen. It's like that's the moment that you're waiting for.
Right before he comes through the door, my heart starts beating really fast.
It's pretty scary.
What do you think he would have looked like if he had like a cape? Like I think he would have looked more like the movie if he had like a cloth cape. You know?
Yeah.
Like think of the Lando General.
Yeah, the shiny, shimmery type.
It's shiny, shimmery, but also how it's shaped.
It's a very triangle shaped. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is too. If you actually take this off and flatten it out, it's pretty triangle shaped.
Yeah, but I think it would look better if it was cloth. But you know, when they first did it, they didn't have like this is what they worked with, and I'm sure. Do you think part of it is because they were trying to like rush out production and stuff that they were like, oh, vinyl, that'll work, you know, or was it that just wasn't what they had at the time? Like
I don't know if cloth goods were even considered at that point, because if you think about the Empire Strikes Back line,
they still had vinyl capes, right?
Right, those weren't rushed. They knew it was going to be a hit at that point,
you can kind of see it's a triangle.
Yeah, so they don't have any cloth goods even until Return of the Jedi.
Maybe do you think it was more thinking about the fact that it's kids and it's easier to like clean it off if it's vinyl instead of like.
I mean, that's possible, but I mean, Action Man, G.I. Joe, and Mego, those all had cloth too. It may just be the size of it that it. No, because these were the first figures of this size.
I just think I would have liked it. Like, I think Darth Vader would look better if it was a cloth cape, kind of like the Lando General cape, where it kind of like.
That would be great. And this
like a
fantasy vintage figure that has the removable helmet and the new lightsaber style, it would also have a cloth cape like that. I think that would be a good idea.
But you know, I'm sure like Kenner was like, yeah, there's no point in redoing it all and putting all the time and effort and money into it when we already have a perfectly good Darth Vader. You know? So, but I just think he would look cooler with the fabric cape. One thing that's interesting though is there's other doesn't the Jawa have like a cloth?
Yeah.
I know this is a conversation for a different time.
No, this is actually a good point, because, and I'm sure that we're going to have viewers that are familiar with the line that realize that contradicts what I just said. I said there were no cloth goods all the way up until Return of the Jedi, but that's not true. The Jawa cloak. Originally, the Jawa had no cape, and then they decided to put a vinyl cape on it, and then a cloth cape. And the change memo for Kenner, I've seen that, it says that it was for perceived value, because the Jawa was such a tiny little figure. So it may be the case that it was just a cost thing, if that's the case. That's probably the explanation. Good thinking, Paige. I bet you're right.
If you liked this video, please thumbs up it. Follow, subscribe,
Follow us, subscribe to our channel. You're going to get more of this kind of
Yes.
thing. We can play with more Star Wars toys where we have new ideas all the time. So far we've been going in order of production, and we're going to continue to do that because it's a lot of fun.
So I hope you liked it. If you want to see more, we have more videos on our channel and they're funny. We have a good time. Follow, subscribe, share this, and we're going to try to do them once a week. I know we've kind of not been able to do that recently.
We'll do it once a week some weeks.
About once a week, we'll try to get to it, and we will see y'all later.
And hey, if you have a favorite character that you'd like to see featured, we don't necessarily have to go in order, so if you want to comment and say which character that you would like to see featured, we'll take that into consideration, and maybe we could keep a log of who we featured and who we haven't, or even feature people in different scenes.
We could, So it's been fun to feature different characters in our funny scenes. And even the movie acting out scenes, getting to pull in different characters and stuff. So anyway, like, subscribe, follow, everything, do all that stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Lord Vader, we are thrilled that you are a part of our team. Come, let me show you just a few departments in the Death Star. When you checked my references, what did you ask them? You don't want to know. Come this way. First, we have the Imperial Choir. They sing my theme song wherever I go. I'm introducing them just this once. After this day, we will pretend they don't exist. Yes, my master. Now let me show you our HR department. This is our HR droid. Will there be a criminal background check? Well, we had no choice but to waive that requirement in your case. We really just want you on board. Very well. And here we have the Imperial Daycare, where we take care of our employees' little children. Have a look. Vader, I'm afraid I have to tell you something. After today, I'm afraid you can no longer come within 200 meters of this room. Oh, but it was just the one. My hands are tied on this one, all right? Very well. Well, that just about does it for the tour. Do you have any questions? How soon can I put in for vacation?